Welcome, everyone. My name is Dr. Archana Shrestha. I'm one of the co-editors-in-chief of the Women in White Coats blog, and I have the pleasure of having Dr. Jyoti Patel on today. And welcome, Dr. Jyoti Patel. And first of all, let me just say congratulations on being nominated one of the top 20 Women in White Coats heroes.
I'm honored. Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on today. And of course, I am just overwhelmed with pride and humility to be nominated. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So I just want to go ahead and read to people a little bit more about your bio and tell people part of the reasons why you were nominated and all the phenomenal work that you're doing.
Okay.
So Dr. Jyoti Patel, MD, is triple boarded in internal medicine, pediatrics, and integrative medicine. She was named one of the top docs in Phoenix Magazine 2009 as well as 2016. She was Healthcare Provider of the Year in 2017, but named by the Fountain Hills Chamber of Commerce, and Internist of the Year in 2011 by the American College of Physicians Arizona chapter. She practices pediatrics, internal medicine, and integrative medicine in Fountain Hills, Arizona. She is passionate about teaching her patients and the local community about food as medicine, mind-body practices like mindfulness, meditation, and breath work, and the importance of movement, community, and purpose as it relates to health. She also provides public education through local workshops, health blogs, and informational videos on social media platforms such as Facebook and YouTube. Her mission and vision is to empower people to take back control of their health using natural, holistic methods and focusing on wellness and prevention. Among her other contributions, she spearheaded a 2.5-acre community garden in Fountain Hills, Arizona. The garden has 120 raised organic beds, a food donation program to the local food bank, 4 beehives, a greenhouse, kids gardening beds, native seed teaching beds, a medicinal garden, compost program, and so much more. Also farm-to-table education. So she's done so much, and she's doing so much great work. And in particular, one of the things that, as editors, one of the reasons that you were nominated and chosen as a top 20 hero is because of all the community work you're doing and really getting grassroots and digging in the soil.
That's right.
Community gardens. So we'd love to hear what inspired you to do that work and take on that kind of work.
Yeah, so I love telling this story because every time I tell it, it again ignites this same emotional feeling that I had when I first went through this. So a few years ago, you have young children and I have young children. And so, they are just the light of our lives. And I had this young student. She was a patient of mine, 10-year-old Girl Scout. And she wants to be a pediatrician. And, one of the things we like to do is inspire young girls to know that they can also do this. And so she wanted to do her Girl Scout project on how I became a pediatrician, why I decided to go into medicine, what did it take. And I was able to give her all the standard answers. But then she asked me a life-stopping question. She said, "What do you do for community service?" And that rang a bell. I was thinking, okay, well, we donate clothes, maybe we give community speeches, but there was a space I needed to fill. What do I do for community service? My mission, like you said earlier, is to help people with health education, to help them be healthier. We all go into medicine because we want to make people's lives better. We want to make them healthier. So we all have that shared intention, but what are we really doing to make that happen? So I started to think, I'm like, okay, what can I do? How can I provide community service? This little 10-year-old girl has sparked this huge, tsunami in me. And so I started looking into a community garden. I felt like it was the epitome of what I could serve, how I can serve my community. Wanted to create a green space where we can grow together, where people can learn about food and health and grow their own food, be with their neighbors, be with their family, put their hands in the soil, be with nature, be outside in the sun, exercise. But not only that, but then also get that fruits of your labor, that dopamine rush from seeing something grow, and then put it on your plate, put it on your table, bring it home, show your children, right? Get them involved in cooking and food and education. It was just phenomenal how people came to this idea. I had people from the woodworks. I had gardeners, and I had managers and contractors and business people and, government officials all kind of going, yes, this is a good community project. And within, just no amount of time, we had the resources and the people and the information that we needed to be able to create this space. And like you said, we have 2.5 acres. We have 120 raised beds. We have over 100 garden members. All our beds are rented. So it tells me that the community wanted this. They wanted to be able to come and garden together. We have classes. We teach people how to garden. Now, my newest project with the garden is we're building a kitchen. And it's an outdoor cooking area where now I can bring in chefs. You can bring in local restaurants to really show people how they can take these fruits and vegetables that they're growing and how they can transform it into beautiful, healthy meals. And, I'm partnering with a lot of organizations that are dealing with health disease crisis, like something called the Joy Bus. They deal with cancer patients and they deliver meals to people going through cancer treatment. So having those kinds of organizations partner with us and show people how they can actually walk back to health using food, sunshine, exercise, community, camaraderie, friendship, all these things that make up health. So, you ask about what inspires me. Every time I tell that story, it inspires me again to kind of connect with my community and bring to them this idea of health and wellness, not just in a prescription, but really to, take part in the community and help them learn how they can engage in their own health. So that's been really good for me.
That's such a wonderful thing. And I love just the whole concept of food as medicine, right? Yes. And just bringing community together. And that's so much of what people are lacking is really that sense of community and feeling so isolated so many times. And that's part of where so many of the mental health issues come up, is just that isolation. So Dr. Patel, what was the response to the garden and, from other people, but also your own take on it? Like what did it give you, and how did it make you feel?
Oh my gosh. So every day I go to the garden at lunchtime because, we work in our clinics and we're busy and we're stressed. And that's become my personal oasis. I actually go there at lunch to be quiet, to go and ground myself and play with my plants and take some vegetables and some herbs home and, water my plants and just be out in the sun and be quiet for a while. So for my personal benefit, this place has been sort of an oasis, haven for me to be able to escape the daily stressors. But it's also given me the platform to be able to connect with other people in the community. I see them one-on-one in the exam room, but now I can see them in the garden. And I can collectively share my tips and they can share their tips. How do they get rid of the flies? How do they get rid of the aphids? What do they do to get their tomatoes to grow? And I had an eggplant plant that made over 30 eggplants this summer. I was sick of eggplants. I had so many eggplants I didn't know what to do with. So it was nice. We have a sharing basket so I can leave produce there. And then I can pick up somebody else's tomatoes, or I'll take somebody else's cucumbers home. So we have a way to kind of like share our produce too. So it's connected with me, it's connected with the community to me, not just, in the exam room, but also out in the community. So it's been good.
That's wonderful. So what are some of the things that you feel, as you've been nominated as a hero, what are some of the things that, you see, kind of a two-part question. What do you see are some of the struggles that women in white coats are facing today? And what kind of advice do you have for women in white coats to kind of overcome those things?
I think, speaking from personal experience, we're our own worst enemy. I think that we've come to this place where women put so much on ourselves. We put so much on ourselves. We want to be everything, right? We want to be the perfect wife. We want to be the perfect mom. We want to be the perfect doctor. We don't want anyone to complain about our work ethic. We're overachievers. We'll sacrifice self-care. We'll sacrifice our own food and our own nutrition and our own sleep to prove this worthiness, this constant need to prove to people that we are good enough. And I think that's causing us to get sick. And I think that what I would ask my, fellow women in white coats to do is to start taking better care of ourselves and to reflect on what we need. and to allow ourselves to be moms and be wives and be, physicians, but not try to push to be everything. Take care of yourselves. Make time for your own food. Make time to say no. Make time to say it's okay that I'm a mom. It's okay to be a wife, and you don't always have to prove yourself. So all the things that I teach my patients: go to bed on time, right?
Yeah.
Put away your technology. Put away your tech. Go be with your family. I'll give you a short scenario. I was sitting on the couch one day after work, and my daughter, who's 10, was sitting next to me. And I was doing charts. We have tons of charts to do. So I was doing charts, and I was watching TV, and she was sitting next to me. And I said, isn't this great? We get to spend time together. And with her 10-year-old wisdom, she turns and she says, we're not spending time together. And it makes you realize that you can't be a multitasker when you're parents. Sometimes you just need to be present. And they are going to need you. And this time doesn't take long to pass. So part of what I would tell my fellow women is, it's okay to be less. It's okay not to be everything. It's okay to take time for yourself, and it's okay to heal.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally resonate with that message. And just being really present with the kids when you're home, turning off all the devices, turning off work, setting up those professional boundaries, so you can really be present with the family. And that's one of the things that I'm so excited that you're going to be at our conference, our Women in White Coats conference and wellness retreat, because that's one of the things we really want to focus on, is really bringing our tribe together and all of us together, taking time for wellness. And just rejuvenating ourselves at this beautiful resort and vineyard just outside of Atlanta. And you guys who are all listening to this, you can join us. There's still space available, but it's going to be a really great opportunity to relax, grow, earn some CME, 10 hours of CME. We're going to be talking about topics that are so relevant to women in medicine, and, things from burnout to recognizing when you're more than just overwhelmed, to things about, we're going to have yoga and meditation. So we're really going to take time to just take time to relax and connect with ourselves and connect with each other. So
I can't wait.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm so glad you're going to be there. And are there any other words that you'd like to share with perhaps up and coming women, young women, maybe considering a career in medicine or, any of the healthcare fields that you might like to share? I'm sure they would find words from you inspiring. So if you have any words you'd like to share with them, I'd love to hear those from you.
Absolutely. So here's what I usually say to women, because I do a lot of preceptorships for residents, medical residents that come through the clinic. I tell them health and delivering healthcare doesn't only happen in the exam room. You can provide service, you can find meaning, you can find passion outside the exam room. So find those opportunities where you can actually connect with people and make their lives better. That's going to be so much enriching. Right now in medicine, there, like you said, there's so much burnout and there's so much frustration. It doesn't have to be that way. Health doesn't have to be just in the exam room. You can deliver health by, listening to people, by going and volunteering at a hospice or volunteering at a food bank or volunteering at a homeless shelter or a soup kitchen. You can take people and start a walking club. You could take them on hikes. You can do workouts. And I know you do a lot of that, and I'm inspired by you too. So, helping people achieve health doesn't have to be as a doctor in the exam room or in the emergency room. You could achieve that same purpose, that same mission. You can provide seva or service by providing health in other venues. And that's going to make you feel good too. Just like you're doing with all the health and wellness that you do. You're reaching and touching people's lives. You're changing people's lives. And so I would invite every female physician or physician wannabe to find passion outside of the exam room and connect with people and then give them the gifts that you have. If you have medical knowledge, then give talks. If you've got, knowledge about exercise, then give them that. If you feel like you're connected to your spirit and you can help people heal with meditation and yoga or breath work, pick that. Find other ways to kind of reach into your community and help them heal. So that's what I've done, and that's what I would do. And ask yourself the question, what do I do for community service? And if that sparked an interest in me, I know it will in you as well.
Thank you for those wonderful words of advice. And thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview, Dr. Patel. It's been such a pleasure.
My honor.
And I just want to encourage everyone who's listening or watching to go ahead and head on over to our website, womeninwhitecoats.com/heroes, to vote for the woman that you feel should be the hero of the year. And we are going to be honoring and paying tribute to all of these top 20 women and announcing the hero of the year at our award ceremony. For information about how to get tickets for that, just go to our website. And we thank you again, Dr. Patel.
Thank you.
It's been so wonderful.
Have a great day.
Thanks,
Keep warm.
you too. Yes, I will. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.